Are we live? Welcome to another rendition of Just My Opinion podcast. How y'all living? I'm living swell. Feel free, be sure to hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this lovely content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Let's get this YouTube channel and this podcast in the YouTube algorithm. You heard me? Also, check out my playlist. I got season 1 as well as season 2 of Just My Opinion live streams. Uploaded some brand new videos. You guys, with your own choosing, pick those videos, check those videos out, and let's get it cracking about today's live stream. Okay, I'm struggle streaming right now. Really struggle streaming right now. I do apologize. I'm gonna get it together. Just give me a few shakes here. All right. Let's talk about the news of the day. Let's just talk about first things first. Bob Myers. Bob Myers is president. Is the and the executive of the Golden State Warriors. He announced a couple of days ago that he is stepping down. He's leaving the Golden State Warriors. Now, a lot of people are pretty much, a lot of people out there. Give me a second here. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Okay. So, a lot of people out there are suggesting that the reason why Bob Myers is leaving because of his relationship with the owner. The owner feels like the real reason why the Golden State Warriors are having success is because of Wah, and not giving a lot of credit to Bob Myers. I know a lot of people are taking that route, saying when you're successful, all of a sudden people start taking credit for the team's success. The groundkeeper, the cafeteria, the lady in the cafeteria, the coach, the assistant coach, owners, players, everybody's taking the piece of the pie of they're the reason why they have won so much and why they are a dynasty. Okay. Everybody's going that route. I wouldn't necessarily say that is the main reason why Bob Myers is stepping down. I will say this. I will say this. Um, I feel like the real reason why Bob Myers is stepping down is the simple fact okay, we're back. We're back. I don't know what happened there. I screwed up. I left the Wi-Fi on. I'm out. Still working. I work from my car. I do apologize for that. Normally, I you know basically have that turned off. But nevertheless, let's get back into this content. So yeah, a lot of people are pointing to ego why Bob Myers is stepping down. A lot of people want to take credit for the Golden State Warriors' success, and that's the reason why Bob Myers is stepping down, because he wants to go to another situation, try to go back into the well and redo it again and bring a championship or a title to a team. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to order as well. I'm struggle streaming, okay? The Wi-Fi was tripping, and now I'm trying to make an order. I do apologize for the live viewers and people that's going to watch this on the re-air. But yeah, the Golden State Warriors, uh, with the situation with Bob Myers, everyone is pointing fingers to why they are, that's the reason why he's stepping down. I and like I said, I feel like the real reason why Bob Myers is stepping down is the simple fact that if you look at the Golden State Warriors, they're going to be up in the luxury cap. That's one. So they're not going to be able to make moves uh, in free agency. They're definitely not going to be able to make trades unless they're willing to give up some of those players that have max contracts or players that have close to max contracts. That's the only way you're going to be able. With the new rules of the NBA, it's just not as simple like it was like 10 years ago. All right. So, and they got a lot of in-home decisions that they're going to have to make. Hold on one second, guys. So yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, uh, they're making they got a lot of decisions on the horizon, and Bob Myers just doesn't want to be the guy, be the one to probably dismantle the dynasty or make decisions that in turn uh, uh, that's going to affect the team. And a lot of those players are not going to like those decisions. So I think that's one of the reasons why I feel like that's the most important reason why Bob Myers is stepping down and stepping away from the Golden State Warriors. Because, like I said, they're going to be over in the salary cap. They're not going to have the flexibility to plug and play. That option is gone. They also try to build the roster from the draft. I They swung and missed on a lot of players that they were depending on to help Steph Draymond and Klay Thompson, more so additions. All right. Yeah, they got somewhat of a hit with Jordan Poole. I think Kuminga can get better, but consistently, I don't think Jordan Poole or Kuminga can can be very successful night after night, where you're going to heavily depend on what they bring to the table. I think Jordan Poole is a streaky shooter. I have always said Jordan Poole was going to be a streaky shooter. One night he's going to give you 40. The next night he's going to struggle and give you 10 points. That's just how it rolls with Jordan Poole. I think Kuminga is trying to figure it out. I think Wiggins, giving the contract to Wiggins, is just basically the reason why you sign Wiggins is to take Wiggins off the board so other potential teams won't sign Wiggins. I don't think that situation with him, his wife, is going to plague them next season. They haven't even been talking about it. So I'm pretty sure Wiggins and his wife worked it out, a long time ago. So I don't think that's going to plague them. I think they're going to be a little bit more healthy. Draymond Green should be a little bit healthy at the start of next season, but he too is kind of streaky because he's outside of his prime due to injury on a performance. I think Steph Curry is going to get a little bit older, but I feel like that's the only realistic player the Golden State Warriors can depend on. So you got the cap flex. They're over on the salary cap. They don't have necessarily the flexibility. Sorry for the noise in the background. I do apologize. And those stars that they heavily depended on are getting older. It's just face facts and face reality. So they're going to have to make some real tough decisions. Like, are we going to give Draymond Green a max contract or something close to the max? And if we do give Draymond Green that type of contract, can we depend on Draymond Green? Is he going to perform based on his contract? I'm going to say no. Draymond Green is a tough man. He's got some swagger to him. He's solid. He contributes to the team, but does he contribute to equaling to what you're going to end up paying him? No. But you kind of want to keep him because Klay Thompson likes Draymond Green. Steph Curry likes Draymond Green. And Draymond Green brings leadership to the Golden State Warriors, even though Steph and Klay can do that. And they heavily depend on Draymond Green. Too much. Okay? You're not going to trade Klay Thompson because even though he's outside his prime, he's capable of having one of those epic performances. Steph Curry, can still give you something. So, and Wiggins, you're going to have to keep Wiggins. His contract is not that serious. It's not like they can't make moves because of Wiggins. So the odd men out are Draymond, Jordan Poole, and possibly Kuminga. Now they traded for Gary Payton the second or the third. He's still on that squad. First and foremost, they should have never let him go. But let's just face facts and face reality. The Golden State Warriors at that time couldn't give him the type of contract that he ultimately got in free agency. Now they traded him back to the Golden State Warriors. Sorry about eating. So I feel like Bob Myers, the real reason why he's leaving is because they got some real tough decisions to make with the Golden State Warriors. And when the new season rolls out, yeah, the Golden State Warriors are going to be competitive. Yeah, they're going to probably make it. They're going to be in the postseason. But how far can they go with the talent that they already have? Clearly, they're going to have to either start this thing over or make some small, make some hard decisions, such as, are we going to continue with Draymond Green? Are we going to pull the plug on Kuminga and Jordan Poole? Yeah, they're younger and they got more room to grow and develop. Maybe Jordan Poole in the next couple of years can be a dependable player on the offensive end. Maybe Kuminga can be like a Wiggins, where you just put him on the roster. He's going to give you just being a Wile E. Coyote type of player. Are you hoping and praying either of these players show promise, or do you cut the umbilical cord on Draymond Green? I mean, they have some tough decisions this offseason. And it's not like in previous years where they say, well, we'll just keep both. We'll just keep both things. We'll keep the young players as well as we'll satisfy the older players. I don't think they got that type of time. I don't think they got that type of money. Like I said, if they keep everybody, they're going to be way over the salary cap. It's going to be upwards to $500 million, and they're going to have to pay luxury cap. For being over the salary cap, they're going to have to pay for that. So, is the owner willing to do all that? And if they do all that, they're not going to have the flexibility to basically sign and add more players to help what they already have, because they're running out of cap space. They already out of cap space, and they're running out of spots. I mean, you can't keep everybody, and you can't make everybody happy, and that's what I'm getting from the Golden State Warriors. They're trying to make everybody happy, and you just simply can't do that. Simply can't do that. You can't make everybody happy at the end of the day. So, Golden State Warriors got some decisions. All right. So, let's talk about the NBA Finals, the Denver Nuggets, and the Miami Heat. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I thought the Denver Nuggets were going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. I didn't think they was going to sweep the Los Angeles Lakers, but I felt like they was going to win against the Los Angeles Lakers, and I gave it up to Game 5. Okay. I thought that the Miami Heat was going to beat the Boston Celtics. But I gave a slight edge to Boston because of Tatum and Brown. And they got a pretty deep roster on there, but I still gave it I was really holding on for Miami Heat. I felt like that veteran. I felt like the experience was going to overshadow the experience of the Golden State Warriors. I think that organization right now, when you talk about Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, I felt like the organization for the Miami Heat, they've been there, done that. Now the Boston Celtics has been there, done that as well. But I felt like Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and that coaching staff was going to coach those guys up. All right. And you also have to realize the Boston Celtics started off this season with a new head coach, and he's learning as he's winning and as he's being very successful. A lot of people out there feel like he didn't do a lot. I felt like he did just enough, but hey, he got it. He got that team to a game 7, which no one predicted, including Wah, and they had a possibility of winning that series if they would have won game 7. So you have to give them some kudos uh, as far as the Boston Celtics go. But now we're focusing and moving on past that. I remember, like I said, I got a lot of heat and slack for choosing the Nuggets over the Lakers. All these statisticians come out of the woodwork and they give you all these meaningless stats like okay, can y'all hear me? Can you hear? Okay, there we go. I am struggle streaming. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put in the comment section. I had several technical difficulties. Struggle streaming at its finest. I really do apologize for all that. Um, but I'm gonna let people know that there's gonna be breaks in between the live stream. Just bear with it. But let me say real fast, real quick, and let me talk about my predictions. Who's going to win the NBA Finals between the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics before this stream just totally goes down, totally goes left. Okay. Let's talk about the matchups. Uh, Jokic, Jamal Murray, and the others of the Denver Nuggets versus Jimmy Butler and and a ragtag group of players. They got from the D League. They got off waivers. I think everyone done forgot about Bam. A big Bam. I think everyone forgot about, and I just had his name on the tip of my tongue. Uh, the kid that they signed a contract to in the off season. That I said that personally, if you had to let one of those two players go to have enough cap space to add to the roster, which Pat Riley went on and signed the kid, and still had enough fortitude to put the right players that fit their system and fit their needs. Um, a lot of people did not expect the Miami Heat to make it this far, and I was one of them. I thought it was either going to be the Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76ers, that was going to represent the East. I also thought before they traded away their whole team, the Brooklyn Nets, I penciled in the Brooklyn Nets. But I did, and the Milwaukee Bucks, but I did show some love to the Miami Heat. And I said in a lot of live streams, if they can survive and make it through a lot of their series, that they could probably be one of those teams that could be on top. Okay, because but it is what it is. So let me tell y'all how I'm going to predict this. I'm not going to predict the amount of games because that will take even longer on this live stream. A lot of people think that the Miami Heat are going to win. There's the bobblehead media are penciling the Miami Heat. They're also penciling in the Denver Nuggets. I feel like styles make fights, just like in any other playoff series in the NBA. And you have to look at different matchups at a different viewpoint. Jimmy Butler is spectacular, but I feel like the Denver Nuggets have players that can stay in front of Jimmy Butler. I'm not saying they can lock him down. I'm not saying that they can stop him from scoring. They can stop him going to the basket. They can stop him around the perimeter. I'm not saying all that, but I am saying that the Denver Nuggets have the personnel that can stay in front of Jimmy Butler. Okay. Now, do the Denver Nuggets have players that can stay in front of Jamal Murray? I say yes, they do as well. They can keep Jamal Murray honest. I don't think Jamal Murray is going to have an explosive impact like he did in the previous series with the Los Angeles Lakers. So that leaves the Joker. And I've been saying this since the word go. I don't think Miami have anybody that can stay in front of the Joker, that can keep the Joker honest. Okay. Now, the Joker's defense is suspect. Okay. It's MIA. It's been missing. So, that same person that's going to stay in front of the Joker then has to turn around on the other side of the court, has to defend that player. I don't think the Joker can keep that can keep Bam honest. I think if Kevin Love is due for one game at least to give the Heat a chance to win. But when I look at the Joker, I just don't see anybody on the Miami Heat roster that can keep him honest and stay in front of him. Not Kevin Love, not Bam. I think he's going to be a living matchup nightmare for Bam because this is a different type of species, Bam. This is not a guy that's going to go to the basket and try to dominate you down below. Okay, pause. All right. Uh, the Joker is going to knock down those perimeter shots. He's going to knock down those threes. If you give him enough space, he's going to do it. Bam is going to give him space because he got to keep it respectable and honest, because if he gets close in the Joker's grill, I think the Joker has enough speed to dribble past him, a couple of steps past him, and he can also pull up very quickly or take it to the basket. Now, that's not the Joker's style. He's not a take it to the basket type guy, but he does have those skills. He does have that skill set. So when you're looking at it, I'm looking at it as, okay, I just don't believe at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I'm not saying that the Miami Heat doesn't have an answer for the Joker, but I just don't think they have anyone that can stay in front of the Joker and let him play honest. I think whoever they assign as far as defending the Joker is going to keep him honest, but they're going to drop back a little bit because of the Joker's, they're going to respect the Joker's talent. The Joker's not going to blow past anybody, but the Joker can either take it to the basket or just pull up. All right. So with that being said, and I really don't feel too confident in what I'm about to say, I feel like the Joker is going to have in a lot of those games. I think the Joker is going to have at least 2 to 3 phenomenal games. Well, 2 to 3 of those Joker games. And I feel like those performances are going to equate to the Nuggets winning. So I feel like this is going to be an offensive game. I don't think it's going to be defense is going to play a huge factor in these games. I can see a possibility in a scenario where the Miami Heat can get blown out by the Denver Nuggets, because if you look at the previous season, the previous series, Boston blew out the Miami Heat. And I feel like the only real reason why the Miami Heat won that series is because of Tatum getting injured in the first quarter. If Tatum was healthy, a lot of Miami Heat fans and the Miami Heat organization, as well as the players, they're not going to be too confident of them winning. So, with that being said, the Miami Heat, I can see a scenario where the Denver Nuggets could win more games than the Miami Heat. And if you win more games than than whoever you're playing against in the NBA Finals, you have a better chance of winning the series. So I'm going to give the series to the Denver Nuggets. I don't think this is going to be a sweep. I told you I wasn't going to predict how many games. But I will say this: I don't think it's going to be a sweep. But I also don't think it's going to be a game 7. So we're going to have to wait and see if I'm right, if I'm wrong. And I don't mind being wrong or right, because once again, I don't want to toot my own horn, but whenever I make these predictions, I'm pretty accurate because I look at the data and I look at the matchups, because in the NBA is different from Major League Baseball and the National Football Association. In the NBA, you have to play 7-game series. Well, the MLB does it as well. But the talent oversees how very successful you're going to be in these series. And if you got a difficult matchup that the other team has to deal with, that plays a huge factor in a lot of these games where the better talented player or the better talented team could win the series, and it's a high percentage. Okay, it's not 50%, it's not 40%, it's up there to 80 to 90%. So the better team does win. The cream does rise to the top. Now, there have been examples in NBA history where it did not work that way. Yeah, the most recently, if you look at the Golden State Warriors when they were in the finals with the Toronto Raptors, the Golden State Warriors were the better team, and they had the better players, but the Toronto Raptors had one player and some great pieces around that one player, and they won that series. It's also we also have to add this to note that they were not going in there guns a blazing with their whole set. You know, Boogie was injured, Kevin Durant was injured, uh, uh, Klay Thompson was injured, Steph Curry was injured to a certain extent. So they were not playing. You know, they didn't have their best players on the court when they were trying to beat the Toronto Raptors. But, that is one example. That's an outlier where you could say just because you have the best, the talented players don't always necessarily mean you're going to win the series. Okay. Now, if you want to make another example of proving me wrong, you can go as far as when the Miami Heat um, lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That Jason Kidd squad, that Dirk Nowitzki squad. Uh, the better team was the Miami Heat. They had LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, and the others, and they lost that series. All right, so not necessarily the best. The best team always comes out winning these series, winning these finals. But more times than not, the better team do win. So let's just face facts and face reality. The better team always win in the National Basketball Association. Not 100% of the time, but I feel confident in saying like 93% of the time, the better team with the better players always win these series. Now I'm not, and uh, I feel like, uh, you know, I'm not saying the Denver Nuggets is on the same level as the Golden State Warriors when they lost to the Toronto Raptors. I'm not here to sit up here and tell you the Denver Nuggets were hands down a better talented team than the Miami Heat when the Miami Heat lost to the Dallas Mavericks. But I am telling you that I feel like the Denver Nuggets are more talented than the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat has a talented player as Jimmy Butler, and pieces that fit Jimmy Butler's talent, and a system that fits Jimmy Butler as well as the others. All right. And they have a solid coach in Eric. He's been there and done that. Okay. So they do have some opportunities and some reasoning why they could win the NBA uh, finals. But I do feel like the Denver Nuggets are a more talented team than the Miami Heat. Because you have to look at what era we're in. I mean, it's not about defense. It's not about trying to keep the other team from scoring. It's really about in those when they're on a scoring run, can you score just enough to be somewhat in range of coming back when you get your scoring run? Okay. So yeah, I'm leaning towards the Denver Nuggets. All right. I don't know how many games, but I definitely think that this is not going to be a sweep. And if they all stay healthy and if nobody's injured, I just don't see them making it to a game 7. But I do feel like the Denver Nuggets are going to win. All right. So yeah, there you have it. There you have it. So I'm about to wrap this puppy up. Just to let you guys know that I'm gonna be doing a lot of live streams on this channel as well as I'm Chris Don 1 channel. So be on the lookout for that. Too early for this podcast will be will go live this Saturday on I'm Chris Don 1's channel. Be sure to check out my latest video on I'm Chris Down One TV about the PlayStation Showcase. If you like gaming and things of that nature, go over there. Now, I'm Chris Down One TV is not a gaming channel. I did do some gaming live streams on there, but it's not a gaming channel. And I want to have some. I'm gonna have another one of those documentary style type videos sometime either premiering next week or the week after. All right. But it is what it is. So guys, I'm all right to wrap this up. It's been real, it's been fun, has it been real fun. Congratulations to the fans of the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. Both of your teams are representing the East and the West, and both of those teams are going to the NBA Finals. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna, I could talk about real fast, real quick about LeBron James and his interest in Kyrie Irving. I think we've been there and done that. We talked about it. And to make it real fast, real quick, the only way the Los Angeles Lakers are going to get Kyrie Irving if they can convince Kyrie Irving to take less money to join the team. But if Kyrie Irving wants a max contract, then the Lakers are going to have to trade with the Dallas Mavericks, and they're going to have to give up a lot for Kyrie Irving. They're going to have to give up at least a draft pick. And if you look at their contracts, they're eerily similar, but they're not similar. They're going to have to give up Anthony Davis for Kyrie Irving. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if there's a trade scenario like that, I'll be honest with you, that will help out wonders for Anthony Davis, because then he'll match up. I feel like he'll match up better with Luka than LeBron James, because slowly but surely, LeBron James, he's already playing the 4 spot. But slowly but surely, if you look at LeBron James' age, his health, and staying in front of threes, twos, and ones, and fours a lot of the time, I think he can really stay in front of the any player that's in the 5 spot. And this is a positionless basketball. Today's NBA is positionless. Okay, you can have 2-point guards in your backcourt. All right, you could have 2 shooting guards in your backcourt. You could have a small forward play small forward and power forward. Okay, so if they do that, obviously that's going to move LeBron to the 5, or they'll find somebody to play the 5, and he'll still play the 4. And they'll have Kyrie, and they'll have all the shooting, but they'll be in the same predicament like the Dallas Mavericks was when they got Kyrie Irving. They're going to have the ability to score, but they're not going to have the ability to play defense. All right. So we done covered all that. I'm not going to go on and on and on about that. But yeah, that's just about it. I'll talk to you guys later. See you, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Deuces.